Good afternoon, traders. Today we're going to be looking at NQ, April the 29th. And there's a couple of things that I'll be explaining today on this video on the trades that I took today. There's a couple of trades that I took, which is pretty decent trades that I took. Today was a pretty nice day. We had good market flow going on and a lot of structure that had reasonable explanations to enter in a trade. So I'm gonna go to a brief overview of the first trade that I took. First trade was a losing trade, sadly, but honestly, this trade was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. The structure on this and the confirmation on this wasn't enough for me to take this trade, but I still took it. So over the market, the big factor for me entering this trade was around 8:45. Market decided to tap into this 1 hour for a rally gap. And while I was doing that, it was liquidity sweep, and then we expand lower, price expands lower. We create CISD right here, and then we create a 5 minute break block on the 5 minute. Market decides to expand towards the 5 minute break block, respects it. We expand lower, and then I went to the 15 second, which I should have not done on this circumstances since there was no I just waited for a 1 minute CISD and entering a 15 second CSD on this situation. But pretty much the 5 minute breaker block I entered to expand lower. I use this as my CSD. Once this got close below, I entered off this 15-second order block, and I think I had like a 50 tick stop loss, and then had my TP all over to the London lows, which was I believe it was a little bit more down, but I think I would have probably took partials or TP right here. And market decided to reverse on me once I noticed that the market wasn't actually bearish. We were actually bullish, since all along we had this blue box, which is a 1 hour CB that we've been using the whole time. Let me expand higher so you can see what I'm talking about. So you see how this 1 hour got close above with a full bar, and then market decides to go lower, uses as support to expand even higher towards the highs. And pretty much the beginning of the market was manipulation that I entered off, which I was wrong. My view on the market was wrong. My bias was wrong. But the way I entered was good. It was a good entry for how I did it. And I also do want to mention that I believe I didn't take partials, but yeah, I did break even. This was a break even trade, so I didn't lose nothing on this first trade, which is good, but not good because I could have done way better. I could have probably got a better entry for longs if I was to do longs. I would have probably entered right here. To be fair with you, but let's not talk about what if. Let's talk about what I did, and let me talk about the next trade that I took. Hmm. Oh yeah, this one by the way, this was an accident trade. I was supposed to put a limit order. I accidentally bought, so don't worry about this one. Um, right here was my second trade that I took. This is a winning trade, as you can see. So my buys on this trade was because we had a SMT occur in this range. And let me just talk about the first trade I was gonna take. So market decided as soon as this opened, right? Market expanded higher, created CISD after it stopped me out. So I was looking for longs. Market did expand lower towards this 1 minute. We tap into this 1 minute, and then we tap into CISD. It gets respected, and then we expand higher. I missed the trade because I wasn't comfortable in the situation. I didn't like how market was chopping right here in this range, and I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt like this was a trap, and as you can see, market did not sweep this high right here, and they lied to people and expanded lower because it was manipulating people because It was edging pretty much the 1 hour fair value up. We still haven't closed when the 1 hour candle above this range. So market was playing with people to try to think that we were bearish. And pretty much we expanded lower, lower, lower. Touched this 1 minute fair value up, respected it. Didn't close below. We reused this price range. That's how you know this price range was a very strong price range and market respecting the bullish order flow. Then we had an SMT occur, which I was expecting literally like I was expecting it from a mile away. And once that occurred, CSD right above, close the bar 1 minute, enter, I enter longs, I entered, stop loss on that 15-second FAG that we had respected as well. And I believe I took a partial right here and I closed my position on top of right here. So yes, this was a good trade. Um, really good trade. I honestly am very glad that I took this trade and I'm very proud of what I did. And I do want to mention how, right, as soon as I took my partials, I took a partial because there was an SMT right here. And I didn't like how market was reacting, consolidating for a brief second. So I took one partial. I was like, I better be safe than not safe. And pretty much we expanded lower towards this 1 minute fair value. And around this time was the macro time frame, and the 1 hour was about to close. So market was manipulating people to think, oh wait, the 1 hour isn't gonna close above the 1 hour fair value, above the 1 hour fair value gap. So people were hoping if it didn't close, most likely at a 10, it was probably gonna drop down like massively. So, but it didn't. So we expanded higher. Like you see how it does this in the last second, because it wants people to think that okay, we're not gonna close above that 1 hour fair value. We're gonna manipulate people, which it did, right? And then knowing that I knew market was still gonna go up, we were just consolidating. So as soon as the 1 hour was about to close, we can close right above it as a bullish structure. And then pretty much, I guess we expanded lower and lower, lower, lower. I'm not too sure about all this. It's all choppy to be honest, so I'm not gonna like explain on that. But um, I also want to mention how this weekly open was respected and even closed below on. So everything's lines up to time and price, man. As I said last video, time and price macro time frame happens. Guess what? There's 15 more minutes until 1 hour gets closed on. Market consolidates, chops ups on this range to get people to think, okay, maybe the 1 hour isn't gonna close above it. Maybe I should short because I think the 1 hour isn't gonna close above it, which in some people's minds were like, okay, I know exactly what it's doing. The 1 hour is manipulating people and it's waiting until that macro time frame to happen so it can expand higher, which it did. It's all time frame, bro. It's so easy. Like once you see this so many times, you just like, oh my god, you know. I can't really explain it any simpler than this. Just we chopped up so we can wait for the 1 hour to be close, almost close, so we can close above it and expand higher. It's so easy, man. It's easy as I can get. But yes, this is the only trade this is the second trade I took, and that was a good trade. Let me know if you guys did anything different than I did, or took any other trades. But we're up, I think, $300 for the day, so it's a good day. And hopefully you guys can learn something about this, or if I did anything different, let me know. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.